Hello and welcome once again to A River Between Chaos and Zen, the poetry podcast from Creative Actors Lab. My name is Max, and Kelly, as always, says hello and sends her love. There's something I wanted to share. This is something I wrote years ago, and I had been thinking about this particular piece, and I had not looked at this for years up until this morning, and I have actually have my handwritten legal pad notes here of this. It's a very old story. I'm not even sure what the origin of it is, but I came to know of it as the the saga of Li-Peng and Xua-Xua, and it actually speaks about even before human beings stood upright. It tells a story going back that far, and I'm not sure what the origin of it is, but just Li-Peng and Xua-Xua is how it was introduced to me many years ago, and it's basically about the discovery of acting and theater, and how we as human beings, how this came into our world, how it was the set of circumstances that transpired that brought acting and drama and theater into our world. And I wanted to share this, and I have not looked at this in years and years and years. On that note, like all good stories, it starts off with once in a land before time, uncountable millennia ago, lived Xua-Xua and Li-Peng. Xua-Xua was the most beautiful young lady in all of the horde. Li-Peng was the strongest and most noble of all the men. And since childhood, they saw each other climbing the trees and to gather the fruit, and swimming in the rivers to capture the creatures that splashed about. And even though this was before people would even begin to walk upright, there was love. And of course, headfirst into it, they fell. And of course, after doing what beings in love do, her belly began to swell. Xua-Xua could not comprehend what was happening to her, and Li-Peng was unable to help her or himself to comprehend what was happening. Xua-Xua became absorbed in the changes to her body and withdrew from Li-Peng. He became very sad, and he watched his love from afar. Meanwhile, Ling Ling-Lee was inside of his mother's belly, unaware of the drama unfolding in the world outside. The child had no sense of the size of the universe. He could only hear the sounds of his mother's heart and the muffled rhythms of the undiscovered land that lay beyond the womb. Whereas, after the senses developed after birth, this, for now, would be the first music he would ever hear. One bright day, Xua-Xua gave birth to Li-Peng. One bright day, Xua-Xua gave birth to Ling Ling-Lee, while Li-Peng helplessly watched from afar. She looked upon her baby as if it were a part of herself that she had never seen before. as if they were the same thing. As time would come to pass, and Ling Ling-Lee would begin walking and exploring to discover the new world outside of his mother's belly. Sometimes he would run away from Xua-Xua, and she would become frightened for his safety. And in this, his quest to become independent, he would disobey his mother. It seemed that one part of Xua-Xua was at war with another part of her. And why was this? And always near, but always concealed, Li-Peng distressingly observed all of this. One day, Li-Peng approached Ling Ling-Lee and offered to teach him how to hunt and gather, how to stalk and achieve, and the boy agrees. And they go off to bond as father and son. In the meantime, Xua-Xua discovers her baby is missing, and she becomes very angry and very sad. And eventually, because they all run in the same local tribe, they would all find each other again, mother and father and child, reunited and reformed. Both mother and father claim custody of the child, and one claiming superior parenting skills over the other. And they could not agree. So they agreed to divorce. And thus the two parted company. And each had their own opinions and feelings, and this is who they were to themselves, but who were they to each other? What would happen if she were to take up with another male, or he with another female? What would happen if her belly swelled again? What would happen to Li-Peng or to Ling Ling-Lee? And what would tomorrow bring? They looked for answers about themselves by looking at each other. And they each came to realize that they were a part of the story that they were looking at. That they were simultaneously the actors and the audience members. And it was in that moment that theater was discovered, and in doing so, they became human because they had discovered the art of looking at ourselves through looking at others. I love that story. Got that from a book. It's written by a gentleman by the name of Augusto Boal, in the book called Games for Actors and Non-Actors, and his was a very, very unique way of looking at theater and approaching it. And I got that story from there, and who knows how much farther back it went, but I love that story, and I just wanted to share, because as I have told probably every acting student I've ever had at some point or other, that acting, once you strip away all of the auditions and the learning the lines and the wardrobes and the auditions and this and that and blah 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 and everything else, at the end of the day, we're playing make-believe and pretend just like we did when we were kids. And what a shame it is that we lose that. Or we don't lose it, but we just forget it, and we think we've lost it. It's like Picasso once said, it's worse the effect of it. It took me 4 years to learn how to paint like Raphael, but it's taken me a lifetime to learn how to paint like a child. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surrounds you, and the pure light within you.